Archangel Michael says, the air around your spirit is stirring because something has begun moving behind your back. A name that should be sacred to you, your mother's name, is being spoken in a place where it was never meant to be. The intention is not honor, but manipulation. The whispers didn't start today. They began slowly, subtly, with someone pulling strings from a distance. This person doesn't want you to notice until it's far too late. Behind smiles and calm faces, a silent deal was made. Your mother's identity is being used to validate a false agenda. There are signatures, conversations, and secrets being passed as though they carry her blessing. You have felt this unease in your chest but ignored it. You thought it was just stress or tension, but it was a divine alarm. Your guardian angels have been trying to get your attention for weeks now. Comment, I hear this message clearly, if your soul feels the shaking. Because this isn't just a message, it's your defense. Something is happening, and you must act wisely now. There is a woman who once appeared close to your family. She came with kindness, but inside her heart, there was only envy and silent plans. Now, she's invoking your mother's name in discussions that were never meant for her. She pretends to act on your mother's behalf. But the energy is distorted, and her actions are wrapped in shadows. She's not helping, she's using. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The papers that were supposed to be archived are being dug up again. Not for history, not for memory, but to convince others of something false. They are trying to say your mother agreed to something she never would have. There is a property, a name, a right that was tied to your lineage. That heritage is under threat. Because this person wants to rewrite the truth using your mother's name as a false seal. The lies are too neat, too rehearsed. That's how you know it wasn't an accident. They've been planning this since the day you stepped back, thinking all was well. Archangel Michael says, don't stay silent anymore. The moment you read this, spiritual shields are being placed over your name, your mother's legacy, and your truth. But you must not delay. Someone has contacted a legal advisor under a fake emotional plea. They've said your mother wanted certain things for them, but they cannot provide real proof. They're hoping your silence is their green light. You've likely seen the signs, a strange message, an old friend reaching out, or documents being reviewed unexpectedly. Those are not coincidences. Those are clues that your intuition was right all along. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Your name is mentioned in this plot, but not with clarity. They speak of you like you're the outsider, like your mother trusted them more. But your soul knows this isn't true. Your mother was careful. She wouldn't have spoken to them in that tone. She never would have placed her trust in someone who once mocked her behind closed doors. This is not only about deception, it's about inheritance. And not just wealth, but the inheritance of wisdom, power, and spiritual guardianship. That's what they're trying to take by hijacking her memory. This woman may act calm in front of others. She may even speak of your mother with tears in her eyes. But behind her back, she's rewriting the chapters your mother bled to protect. Comment, I claim my divine protection, if this speaks to you. Because once your awareness is raised, their plan weakens. They depend on your sleep. Archangel Michael says, you've been awakened not by chance, but because the enemy is getting reckless. They've changed dates, altered signatures, tried to adjust stories. But the truth is about to shine through them like a blade. Type Amen to get blessing 777. When your mother was alive, she kept her distance from those who craved control. She knew exactly who to trust and who only visited to extract. Now that she's gone, those same people are coming back. But they don't know you're surrounded by spiritual warriors. They don't know you've been chosen to uncover the lie and shatter it. They don't realize your silence was never weakness, it was timing. You've been positioned for a moment like this. Your spiritual senses are stronger than theirs. Your awareness cuts through illusions, and your patience is about to reward you with truth. She is trying to buy loyalty with lies. Telling others your mother would have wanted this. But those who knew her heart know the difference. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The manipulation is becoming bolder. There is talk of transferring things, adjusting titles, shifting legal grounds. And it's all cloaked in the supposed wishes of your late mother. Don't take this lightly. Your mother's name is being used as a veil to cover someone else's greed. They believe no one will question it because of the sacred weight that name carries. You were never meant to find this message by accident. It was always destined to arrive the moment they crossed the line. This is your spiritual cue to step in and dismantle it. They wanted to keep you unaware. That's why they avoided mentioning specifics to you. But what they didn't count on was divine timing. Comment: this warning is not too late if your heart knows what's true. Because your awareness will now begin to shift the energy back toward justice. Type Amen to get blessing 333. Her photo was taken to a lawyer's desk last Thursday. But not by family. It was by someone who recently gained access through a lie and used it as a prop in their presentation. They spoke confidently. But they lied when they said she gave permission. They don't know that her real trust was never in them, but in you. There is a safety box she left behind. And inside it is something that can prove everything. Something that was hidden away from all of this, for you, when the time was right. That time is now. Open the drawers you never checked. Ask the questions you've been ignoring. It's all coming to the surface. Type Amen to get blessing 144. They tried to bring others to their side, repeating the lie with different words. Rehearsed words. Scripted stories. But they forgot, energy doesn't lie. You're starting to feel this truth physically. Headaches, chest heaviness, dreams involving your mother. These are not random. These are divine nudges pulling you toward action. Archangel Michael says, your voice will now become the sword. When you speak, they will tremble. Because the false version of your mother's story cannot survive your truth. Let your soul rise up now. Let your eyes be sharp and your memory clear. It's time to protect what's sacred. Type Amen to get blessing 222. She used your mother's name on a document 2 weeks ago. But the energy shifted that night. The guardian of your bloodline whispered a warning to the heavens, and now it has reached you. They may try to rush things, thinking you won't intervene. But timing is now on your side. You have caught it before it was too late. You'll notice someone being nervous around you soon. Someone avoiding eye contact, someone who suddenly becomes kind. That's the one hiding a secret. They heard that you're waking up. And now they're scared. Because once you remember who you are, no lie can stand. Comment, my spirit remembers everything, if you feel the call inside you now. Because this battle will be won with spiritual clarity, not emotional chaos. Type Amen to get blessing 555. The house your mother once walked in is still filled with her truth. The walls remember her. The air carries her discernment. And it will help you now. You may feel guided to check a drawer, a room, or a file. Follow that instinct. Because the moment you touch it, the energy will speak to you. The truth doesn't need defense, it needs discovery. You are not fighting for revenge, you are standing for legacy. This isn't just protection, it's a reclamation. Archangel Michael says, you are not alone in this. There are divine forces already surrounding the areas where her name was used wrongfully. And now, they are clearing the fog from your eyes. Type Amen to get blessing 888. A copy of her voice, taken from an old voicemail, is being misused. Spliced into a story that twists her words. This person thought they were being clever, but heaven sees it all. Your intuition may feel like fire right now. That is the angelic frequency telling you to move. That is divine fire waking your bones. They thought your mother's death was a loophole. But they forgot her spiritual presence is eternal. She is watching. And she has chosen you to be the one to restore her name. Comment, I will restore my mother's honor, if your heart is rising now. Because this moment is not only protection, it's healing for generations before and after. Type Amen to get blessing 666. There will be a moment in the next few days when everything will align. A conversation will happen, something will be said, and it will confirm what this message just told you. That moment will feel like time has paused. You'll know it's not coincidence. It's heaven letting you see the entire truth in one blink. When it happens, do not hesitate. Make the call. Gather the proof. Protect the name that gave you life. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen for more than comfort. You were chosen to be the one who sees the unseen. That is why you are reading this right now. Type Amen to get blessing 474. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. They are preparing for a move that will try to seal the deal before you react. That's why everything suddenly seems rushed, like papers are being pushed through quietly. But heaven will stall it just long enough for you to step in with power. Your ancestors are watching. They are standing in a circle around your name, your mother's truth, and your legacy. You are not alone, not in spirit, not in purpose. This woman underestimated your soul. She thought silence meant surrender. But your silence was divine preparation, not defeat. Comment, I am awake now, and I see, if your inner spirit is stirring with confirmation. Because the moment you agree with truth, all deception starts collapsing like dust. The storm they've started will now blow against them. Type Amen to get blessing 383. A phone call will come soon. It may seem casual at first, someone asking how you are or randomly bringing up your mother. But underneath that soft tone is a motive, to extract your silence. You must not give it. Listen with wisdom. Answer only what your spirit allows. They will use emotion as bait. Mention stories of the past, fond memories, pretending to be aligned with your pain. But it is only to mask the chain they are trying to wrap around your family name. You don't need to raise your voice. Your calmness will expose them. Your truth, spoken slowly, will set divine fire to the lies they've carried. Type Amen to get blessing 131. She visited the place where your mother once prayed. She didn't go to honor her, she went to pretend she had spiritual approval. But the land rejected her energy. You may have felt something shift that day. A coldness. A heaviness in your sleep. That was the energy of your ancestors pushing back against the falsehood. She is playing both sides now. In public, she's innocent and emotional. In private, she's working hard to seal this dark agreement. But every contract made with a lie is already marked for destruction. She has signed a spiritual downfall with her own hands. Comment, return all that was taken, if your soul wants restoration. Because your voice activates divine reversal. Type Amen to get blessing 212. There is a letter written by your mother that was never supposed to be shown, until now. It's in the hands of someone who doesn't understand its weight. But they will try to use it as leverage. This letter will surface in a strange way. It will be found conveniently when the time fits their story. But what they don't know is that your mother wrote a second copy, hidden elsewhere, with the real truth. One version was meant to test hearts. The other was sealed for truth-tellers like you. You will soon be led to it. This isn't about revenge. It's about releasing your mother's soul from the trap of manipulation. She cannot rest until her name is lifted again in truth. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Someone even dared to try forging something under her name. They tried to copy her writing, mimic her words. But it's flawed. The energy is off, and heaven has recorded it. You are the final voice she trusted. You carry the vibration of her spirit in your bones. That's why no lie spoken against her can live in your presence. Your eyes will soon catch something small, a date, a word, a tone, that doesn't match her. And when you see it, you will know exactly what to do. Archangel Michael says, the sword of truth is in your hand. Not a weapon of hate, but a banner of light. When you raise it, those walking in lies will fall. Comment, this legacy belongs to me and the truth, if you feel the fire inside growing. Type Amen to get blessing 313. There are photos being used as false tokens. They're showing your mother's smile while planning things that would have broken her heart. And the people watching don't realize the betrayal they are witnessing. You must step into the scene now. Even if quietly at first, your energy must enter the space. Because your presence alone will begin to break the illusion. Your mother never gave anyone permission to twist her story. Her love was deep, sacred, and not for sale. Now it's your turn to hold that same sacred fire. A man is involved too. Someone standing behind the woman, feeding her steps, guiding her choices. He thinks no one has seen him, but heaven has. Type Amen to get blessing 411. You may hear laughter in places where her name is mocked. But don't be shaken. They laugh because they are trying to numb their fear. They know what they're doing is wrong. They know your presence threatens everything they've built on shadows. And now, their time is up. Her spiritual cloth still rests over you. It never left. She wove it with prayer, with sacrifice, and with strength. That spiritual protection is activating now. You'll see people begin to distance themselves from the lie. What was once united in manipulation will begin crumbling. Comment, let every dark alliance break now, if you are ready to witness the collapse. Type Amen to get blessing 121. They plan to hold a meeting next Thursday. That meeting involves someone pretending to be a relative. But they are not of your bloodline, they're part of the plan. Their role is to agree blindly, to sign what must not be signed. But a disruption will occur. Heaven will cause confusion in their path. The ink will spill. The printer will jam. The voice of your mother will echo, not in speech, but in conscience. And they won't be able to proceed. That will be your sign. Act then. Secure what is yours. Type Amen to get blessing 717. Even nature knows. Birds have lingered around your window longer than usual. Dreams are more vivid. Time feels strange. All of it is the veil lifting. This isn't just a warning, it's a spiritual inheritance being delivered. What was buried under layers of deceit is now surfacing like gold and fire. You don't need an army. You need alignment. Your clarity, your awareness, your truth is all it takes to shift the heavens. Archangel Michael says, the lie is louder than the truth right now, but not for long. Truth moves slower, but when it arrives, it moves everything. Comment, the truth will walk with me, if you are ready to stand firm. Type Amen to get blessing 606. They thought they erased you from the story. They thought their version would replace yours. But they didn't realize heaven writes in ink that can't be altered. You were delayed for a reason. Protected from the beginning. So when you speak, it will not be from confusion, but from divine certainty. Watch what happens in the next 7 days. Eyes will turn. Faces will reveal guilt. The ones hiding will suddenly fear being seen. The winds are turning. Your ancestors are clapping. Because the one meant to defend your mother's name has finally awakened, and it is you. Type Amen to get blessing 202. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. There's a phone that holds one recording that could destroy everything they're building. It's not in your hands yet, but it's nearby. Someone who knows the truth is silently holding it, unsure if they should speak. They've been afraid, threatened subtly, made to believe their silence protects peace. But they are beginning to feel your awakening, and it's stirring their courage. They are going to reach out soon, but it will be in a disguised message. Watch for words that seem out of place, stories that don't align with the rest. That's your signal. They'll test your awareness before they reveal the full truth. Type Amen to get blessing 505. There was a chair your mother always sat on, the energy in that chair is rising. That space has been absorbing everything, and now, it's vibrating with warnings. The closer someone sits to it now, the more truth it demands. This person using your mother's name once entered your space. Look back and you'll remember, something felt off, a sudden discomfort, an invisible cold. That was the spiritual realm warning you in silence. Now that message is becoming loud. The veil between your world and the ancestral truth is thinner than ever. This is your moment to receive what was hidden. Comment, I am spiritually alert now, to confirm your alignment. Your attention alone shifts the outcome. Type Amen to get blessing 818. They will attempt to guilt trip you next. They'll say your mother would have wanted peace, not fighting. But that is a cloak, a trick to keep you passive. Your mother never wanted silence in the face of dishonor. Her strength was quiet, but not cowardly. She believed in justice spoken through grace. You are not reacting from anger. You are rising from inheritance. This is not confrontation, it is spiritual correction. Your words will soon be needed in front of witnesses. When you speak, angels will stand behind you, echoing every syllable. The ground will remember the truth again. Type Amen to get blessing 323. The woman who initiated this plan did so out of old jealousy. She saw the bond you and your mother had. She couldn't bear it. And that seed grew into envy, then into silent hatred. She waited. She watched. She pretended to love while feeding her inner war. And now, that war has spilled out into the physical. But the irony is, what she tried to destroy will now become your greatest elevation. Her trap is becoming your divine staircase. Her falsehood is fueling your destiny. Archangel Michael says, her face will be revealed in your dreams. When you see her there, don't fear, just observe. Comment, I will not be shaken, to solidify your inner strength. Type Amen to get blessing 535. They have accessed one old file folder with your mother's handwriting. And they're using it like a holy scroll to deceive people who didn't know her well. But those who do are starting to question the inconsistencies. The handwriting is the same, but the spirit behind the words is wrong. They can't fake that. And that's where their plan begins to crumble. Someone in their circle is having second thoughts. You will notice this shift, perhaps in an awkward message, a sudden hesitation, or an attempt to make things right. That's your confirmation. Be wise. Be ready. You are closer than ever to reclaiming what's yours. Type Amen to get blessing 626. They created a group behind your back. A silent council, built on deception, with meetings to finalize decisions they had no authority to make. But what they didn't realize is that your mother's spiritual contract overrides all earthly lies. The true will of her soul was never signed on paper, it was carried in you. And it cannot be stolen. They will panic when they feel your presence. Even if you say nothing, your energy will do the speaking. Your mother's essence lives inside you, and when you enter the room, truth enters with you. Archangel Michael says, even if the crowd believes the lie, truth only needs one voice to overturn the illusion. Comment, my voice is chosen, to let the divine realm know you are prepared. Type Amen to get blessing 747. A dream you had months ago is finally making sense. It felt strange at the time, an image of your mother trying to speak, a door opening, a sudden flash of light. That was no ordinary dream. That was a spiritual timestamp. Now you understand why it happened. It was a preview. A divine warning embedded in sleep. Your subconscious already knew what your conscious is discovering now. The people behind this wanted you confused. But they didn't know God marked your spirit with clarity before the battle began. You're not finding out late, you're arriving exactly on time. Type Amen to get blessing 313. They are afraid of you. That's why they tried to move fast. That's why they've avoided direct communication. Because they know that even one look from you might expose them. You may receive a message asking to meet and talk things out. Be cautious. This isn't peace, it's a distraction, a trap to pull you off the path of truth. They want you tired. They want you second-guessing yourself. But you are more focused now than ever. You carry your mother's strength. Her discernment. Her protection. Nothing they try can blind you anymore. Comment, I protect what's sacred, if your resolve is unshakable. Type Amen to get blessing 373. They made a copy of something that wasn't theirs. It's being kept in a blue folder, inside a locked drawer, at a location you've never been invited to. That folder contains part of your mother's legacy, and a lie stitched to it. The one holding it thinks no one knows. But a divine whisper has gone ahead of you. That drawer will soon be exposed, and what's hidden will cry out. You'll feel a sudden urge to go somewhere soon. Don't ignore it. That pull is not random, it's angel-guided movement. Archangel Michael says, what was hidden in the dark will not survive in the light that walks with you now. Type Amen to get blessing 454. Your mother's photo on the wall has moved slightly. That's not just gravity, it's energy. Her spirit is speaking in subtle ways, and you are finally listening. She's proud of you. Not for fighting, but for feeling again. For honoring her not with blind loyalty, but with divine discernment. This is not just about today. It's about the future generations who will rise because you said yes to truth. Because you protected what was sacred. Comment, I answer the call with strength, to declare your readiness to complete this divine assignment. Type Amen to get blessing 636. You are now being aligned with the resources you need. A person will appear, a lawyer, an old friend, a silent supporter. They carry keys. Not physical ones, but knowledge, evidence, and divine timing. Trust the way they come. They will not announce themselves with force. They will arrive softly, but carry fire in their words. Heaven is orchestrating the connections. You won't have to search anymore. What you need will find you because it was written that way. Archangel Michael says, you are the gate now. What you allow will flow, what you reject will be blocked. Type Amen to get blessing 919. This is your moment to rise. Not in anger, not in fear, but in radiant clarity. Let them see that the person they tried to erase is now the one bringing divine justice. Your mother's name will shine again. Not as a pawn in their false plan, but as a torch of power and truth. She didn't leave you weak, she left you chosen. Now is your time. Go forward with wisdom. Heaven and your mother are standing with you. Comment, I am chosen to restore her name. Type Amen to get blessing 333. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.